was overthrown, so, like, I feel ya, man. You guys, your headliner tonight came all the way from Colorado. Please give a warm welcome for Peter Gobellion!
Let's get another round of applause for all the comics you've seen so far. It's been a fun night so far. We've learned a lot, right? Like early on, we learned that Clark uses vibrators aggressively. I learned from Aaron's set that I'm glad I shaved my mustache before I came here, so that's good. I do golf sometimes. I guess I shouldn't tell Zane that. Zane, this isn't gonna come out right, but is it still gay if you do it with your dad? Okay, even gayer. I agree. And then Kurt came up here. How fun was that? How fun was Kurt? Came up here and just joked us all to smithereens. That was crazy. That was so much fun, Kurt. That's a tough follow. Seriously, I enjoyed that set a ton. I did come up from Colorado, but it's great to be with you here in Laramie. I talked to Zane before the show. He's like, "You sure you want to make the drive? Like, it is a pretty small room." I have a 4-month-old at home. I'm just happy to be out of the house at all on a Friday, talking to adults for half an hour, hopefully no crying, we'll see. I don't know, I was trying to think of what would make Kurt cry during his set. I bet if we just played Freebird, it would do it, you know? Yeah, hell yeah. No, I love my little kid, I love my little baby boy. I hope he likes being a boy, because with my genetics, he'll never be a man. Like, I thought I'd be a man when I grew up. This is as close as I got. I look more like the tallest hobbit in the Shire. Being a parent is hard work, but I like it. I finally get to own a trampoline without looking creepy. Hell yeah, it's about time. I'm tired of the way the neighbors look at me when I bounce. And genetically, I hope he turns out all right, but like, I have sleep apnea, my wife has celiac and social anxiety. He could be bad at eating, sleeping, and leaving the house. We took a gamble on some sketchy Punnett squares, that's all I'm saying. He was born about a week after his projected due date, and our doula actually told us that the best way to naturally induce labor is to get it on 6 times a day. Does that sound like a reasonable number to anyone here other than Clark? Like, I'm a mortal man, Laramie. If we make it to round 4, even I'm faking it to get some rest. A 6-pack of Gatorade only gets you through so much plowing the fields. Your balls aren't supposed to be so empty that they're neutrally buoyant in air. Yeah, when you go over... Yeah, we are talking about ball buoyancy right now. That's where we're at. Sir, when you go over a speed bump, they're supposed to jiggle, not keep rising like a pair of weather balloons. When childbirth came around, you know, I'd heard that they exaggerate childbirth in the movies, but after seeing my wife go through it, let me tell you, they fucking downplay it. Like, my poor wife pushed for 6 hours, and the noises she made haunt me to this day. It sounded like a grizzly bear dying in a rusty trap. Oh no is right. No, I was super proud of her though. She made it through it like a champ, and the only narcotic she took was nitrous oxide, which goes to show that either she's a certified badass, or you really do get superpowers if you huff enough whippets. So whippets crowd up in Laramie. That's fun. Well, we know you do whippets, but no, you guys are fun. One other thing that I really like about being a parent, I'm excited to have a kid who thinks my 2000s emo music is classic rock. All right, we got a couple people on board, but they are classics. I think all the greats from Mozart to Michael Jackson, they all walked so My Chemical Romance could run. And I still love going to emo concerts in 2025. Anyone else? All right, hell yeah. It turns out the music is even sadder when the band's in their 40s. When a guy with a graying beard gets on the microphone and screams, "I'm not okay," you believe him. It's a very authentic experience. Emo music is my favorite. I do like some pop music. Any pop music fans here tonight? All right, we got a few. Pop musicians, they're beautiful, they're very, very talented. The one thing you have to keep in mind about pop musicians, all those pop stars, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, Dua Lipa, they're all bad at sex. I mean, they're pop stars. God forbid you want to fuck at anything other than 4/4 time. God forbid you want to make hump day forte. What does a pop star know about a climax? They just recycle the same 3 moves till it ends in a fade out. Now Beethoven. There's a man. There's a man who's brought many a dame to a satisfying crescendo. I do think that there's too much AI getting into music now. Not only do we have AI songs being created, I think they're pushing AI artists. Sabrina Carpenter, that's a bot. Sure, it's cute now, but she's only one glitch away from shooting up her own concert. And don't get me started on Shabuzi, that's the next Terminator. If Shabuzi ever becomes self-aware, he's just gonna start blowing up government buildings like, 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Everybody in the courthouse getting crispy. That one's a room tester, just seeing how far down the well we can go here. For most of us, I think we're still good. That's exciting. Let's see, we've talked about emo music, we've talked about pop music. Anyone here into Christian music? Hell yeah. I want to make it really clear, I'm not here to criticize anyone's religion. If you're a Christian, that's cool. But you do need to fix your fucking radio stations. How come every song I hear on Christian radio sounds like somebody who's in a relationship with a narcissist and everyone can see it but them? Jesus, I don't care what my friends say. It's you and only you, forever. Sometimes I just have to let out my inner diva up here. That's all that's really going on. Let's see, I think that we all have certain types of people that we're attracted to. Sir, what's your type? All right, that's a very sweet answer. I'm not even gonna bust your balls for it. Just good move, my man, good move. Let's see, how about you, Aaron? What's your type?
Anything.
Anything, okay. Another very honest answer that I love. That's cool. Can I tell you a secret? Me too, man, me too, yeah. No, I think we all have our types, right? And if we're, with a little bit of luck, hopefully there's a type of person who's attracted to us. And I think I'm attracted to a wide variety of women, but the women who date me have only ever come in one variety. And that's homeschool graduates who hate the bars and love to read. And I'm not complaining, I'm into it, but I'm just here to tell you if anyone in the crowd tonight is thinking, hey, this low-rent Michael Cera is kind of hot. You are probably an old soul. The women who date me like to go thrift shopping on Sunday afternoons for grandma chic clothing and say things like, hey, do I look good in this shawl? And I'll be honest with you, Laramie, she looks great in that shawl. She does. And I'll be even more honest, I look good in grandpa chic. Like, if you dress me up like a member of the Rat Pack, I look like a cool cat to go steady with. It's a good look for me. I'm a big fan. Let's see here. Yesterday was actually, according to the calendar anyway, the first day of spring. Doesn't quite feel like it yet. Anyone excited for warmer weather around here? Yeah. I know it's Wyoming, we got a little time yet to wait, but I'm excited for warmer weather. Typically, I don't mind cold weather, but my favorite part about cold weather is taking hot showers. And I read an article recently that said, hot showers are the new smoking. Cold showers only for your health. And I could switch to cold showers, Laramie, but I'd rather just fucking die. I'd rather start smoking in the shower than switch to cold showers. I'm also excited to be done driving in the snow for a bit. Again, I know we're not out of the woods yet, but I'm excited to be done driving in the snow. Last month, I was driving on the highway in the snow, and I almost hit a bull elk with my wife and baby in the car. It was a frazzling experience. When we got home, I had to calm down with a hot shower and a cigarette. And here's the thing, I know normally in a collision like that, car beats elk, right? But we were in a Prius. It's great having a car designed to protect the environment until there's 400 pounds of environment on your windshield. I've never wanted a Ford F-350 with truck nuts more. You're telling me we get to survive and teabag the roadkill? Sign me the fuck up. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that Cowboy Mr. Rogers liked that one. Yeah. Tip of the cap to you, sir, as well. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, dude. Hell yeah. Nice. It looks great on you. I bet it looks good on me too. Grandpa chic, am I right? Grandpa cowboy chic. That's the new look for me. New look for me, my friend. Wow, that's an interesting little beeper that you got there. That's fun. I don't think I'd look as good in your beanie as his hat. I'm just saying. No, we were talking about cold weather. I'm getting derailed here. We were talking about cold weather. I'm no stranger to cold weather. I'm originally from Minnesota. Fun fact about Minnesota, for those who may not know, it is where white people were invented. Minnesota is so white, when I moved to Fort Collins, I was impressed with the diversity. It's the spiciest melting pot I've ever been a part of. Laramie actually might be more my speed, if I'm being honest. Now, Minnesotans have a reputation for being kind, unassuming people, but it's hard to sound tough in a Minnesota accent. Like, imagine if Eminem was from Minnesota. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Just kind of doesn't quite fit. Minnesota middle school bullies are wild. Minnesota middle school bullies, imagine being slammed into a locker by your middle school bully and hearing, "Hand over your lunch money, you faggot." Like, I can think of 49 states where that bully's getting his ass kicked. Not by me though, I was just like, "No, Derek, not another swirly." Oh gosh. Let's see, we haven't talked about my day job yet. I'm actually a climate scientist. Some people think that's neat. Other people tell me my life's work is bullshit to my face. Like a couple months ago, I had to give a lecture on climate change at the Colorado Farm Show in Greeley. I've never bombed so hard in my fucking life. I don't know what farmers want to hear, but it's not a millennial telling them farming's gonna get harder. Especially not one who looks like a cross between a 12-year-old boy and a 50-year-old lesbian. Here's a serious question for you, Laramie. Why are farmers so fucking fat? Nobody has more access to fresh fruits and vegetables. Is it like the overalls somehow? I don't know. Maybe farmers are just honest dealers. They don't get high on their own supply. That's it right there. Hell yeah. The farmers that I talked to, sir, looked more like they were shooting up with Arby's sauce, if anything. Yeah. Look, and I'm not here tonight to tell anyone how to feel about climate science or climate change or how to vote. I'm not here to tell you any of that. But I can promise you that there's no climate science Illuminati getting rich off of your tax dollars. When I travel for work, it's not the Illuminati lifestyle. It's me sharing a double queen at the Holiday Inn Express with my boss. Yeah. Actually, last year I got to testify at a U.S. Senate committee hearing on drought in the western U.S. And as a scientist, that felt like a huge opportunity to make sure good science informs good policy. But as a comic, I just wanted to do my tight five for C-SPAN. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We'll get to the science in a minute. But first, have I told you how I feel about Shabuzi? A lot of climate scientists are getting laid off right now, and it's a little bit scary, especially when you have a baby at home and your backup plan is this. I can't tell you how scary that is. This cannot be my livelihood. Like, I can't go to take your parent to school day and have my son be like, this is my dad. He tells bald jokes in bars for a living. We live in a tent. We've had 2 Lunchables this week. It's going super well. Let's see here. No, it's really good to be with you in Wyoming. I've noticed that some people in Colorado are kind of snobby about Wyoming. Not me. I would never be snobby about people who sell me fireworks. That's fucking wrong.
You sell us weed?
Yes. No, you are one step ahead of me, sir. My friends complain like, oh, weed's not legal up there. Be that as it may, if you have 2 friends call you up and one on a Friday night, one says, hey, do you want to smoke weed? And the other friend says, hey, do you want to blow shit up tonight? I'm hanging out with the pyro over the stoner 10 times out of 10. Wyoming. Another thing that I really like about Wyoming, I actually went on a hiking trip here a couple years ago. Beautiful, just surrounded by natural scenery the whole time. You know, Colorado's beautiful too, but when you go hiking in Colorado, you're not surrounded by natural scenery. You're just in a string of millennial white women in yoga pants living their best life. And again, I like that scenery too, I won't lie to you, but...
Just because you can, doesn't mean you should.
Thank you, sir. That's true, I guess. No, and look, the way some of these women fill out those yoga pants, I'm like, damn, you can get that up a 14,000-foot mountain? Like, I could never do. I only hike because it's easy when you're built like me. I just put my arms out and wait for a nice breeze to carry me up the mountain. Which, by the way, I promised myself that I wasn't gonna talk about the wind in Wyoming. I was like, everybody talks about the wind. But on the drive here, Jesus fucking Christ. I had to pull over and take a pee break off the highway. My stream landed in Nebraska. It was crazy. Let's see. Let's get to know each other a little bit better. Has anyone here ever had a near-death experience? Clark, do you want to start us off? Near-death experience?
I almost died when I was born.
Oh, okay. Okay, next person. Who else would? Who's had a near-death experience?
Fell asleep at the wheel on the highway.
That's a Wyoming near-death experience. Thanks, Zane, for the assist there. No, like, Colorado near-death experiences are like, I had too much ketamine and passed out in my parents' closet. Wyoming near-death experiences are like, I pounded a 6er of Pabst and did 110 on I-80. The closest I've ever been to death is about 10 years ago. I went on a trip to Hawaii with some friends, and the time change was messing with me a little bit. I was waking up before everyone, and one morning around sunrise, I woke up and decided to go rent snorkel equipment and have my own little snorkel adventure out on the reef. I didn't know what the red flags on the beach meant. I just thought they were festive. So I'm out there having a good time. You know, there's clownfish, there's mahi-mahi. I said what up to a barracuda. And then when I looked up at the shore, I realized it was a lot further away than I thought. And I started swimming back that way, wasn't getting any closer. So I doubled my efforts, and then I felt the current actively pulling me back out to sea. And as I started to flounder, one of my fins got sucked off of my foot, and I watched it disappear into the briny abyss. And at that moment, something strange happened, strange but beautiful. All my stress and anxiety just completely went away. It was like the post-nut clarity thing, to be honest. It all just vanished and was replaced by this Jedi Master level of calm, where I just swim diagonal to the current towards the shore when allowed, diagonal towards the shore. And after some unknown interval of time, my feet touched ground. And when they did, I dropped to my knees and thanked God for giving me the strength to survive that day. Because snorkeling would have been a bitch-ass way to die. If your obituary says death by snorkel, that's who you are forever. I hadn't done anything worthwhile with my life to that point either. Like, whoever did my eulogy was gonna have to do some serious riffing to fill the time. Yeah, Peter died like he lived, wasting time alone. He almost got a master's degree. He spent a lot of money on his education. Now his brain's being devoured by spider crabs. So. Anyway, then I had to return the equipment with the missing fan, and I was like, you know, it's Hawaii, they're gonna charge me through the nose for this missing equipment. I don't care anymore, I'm just glad I survived. But when I got back to the snorkel hut, the guy running it was so stoned that he was just like, oh, hey there. I don't know if you know this, but I was supposed to give you 2 of those. And I was like, rats, you'll get it next time. And he was like, yeah. And then I never went fucking snorkeling again. Let's see, a couple months ago I got to do something a lot more fun than drowning in the ocean. I got to open for Dude Dad at the Comedy Fort in Fort Collins. Any Dude Dad fans here? Okay, I don't know who that is. That's cool. Look him up. He's got like millions of views on YouTube. Not to brag, actually to brag, but totally. No, it was a super fun show, and I remember after getting off stage being like, hell yeah, that was one of the best sets of my life. And then 2 days later, they sent me the tape, and I watched it and went, hell yeah, that was decent. No, they filmed me from 2 angles. One was straight on. That was actually a pretty good tape. The other one was this weird, like, side angle. The side angle was a rough watch for a couple reasons. Like, first off, I didn't even know my nose was that fucking long, you guys. That was news to me. You all know, you've had the side profile all night, but it was news to me. And it's messed up, because I'm an honest person. If I was a liar, I would be poking the front table in the eye right now. Like, one time, one of my fellow comics was roasting me over the size of my nose, and I'm not going to tell you who it was, because that's tacky. And I didn't roast him back, because I'm above that. But what I wanted to say was, no one cares what you think, Danny, you fat fuck. The other reason that the side tape was hard to watch was the only 2 audience members you could see clearly were this couple right over here. The woman, she's laughing, she's having a good time. Her husband fucking hated me. Like, he was just stone-faced, crossed arms the whole time. The only time I cracked him was when I said your balls shouldn't be so empty that they're neutrally buoyant in air. Just a note, you can never do enough meteorological ball humor. That's it'll joke your audience to smithereens every fucking time, so. As for getting to meet Dude Dad, I know you don't care because you don't know who he is, that's fine, but he was super nice, his whole team was super nice, put on a great show, but he did say one thing that annoyed me. And that was, when he was getting off stage, he goes, "Oh gosh, I had to swear more than usual to keep the energy up. That crowd was kind of sleepy. Guess it is a Thursday." And look, maybe he was right, but Dude Dad complaining to me about a sold-out night at the Comedy Fort is a bit like a CEO complaining about their last quarter to somebody who does foot stuff on OnlyFans to make rent. And that's when it occurred to me, wait a minute, he got big on YouTube first, so his whole stand-up experience has been telling jokes to theaters full of people who adore him. He doesn't know about the struggle out here. Like, he's never been heckled by a table of drunk middle-aged white ladies in Longmont. Fucking Longmont, goddammit. Longmont is my Waterloo, sir. He's never driven 2 hours in bumper-to-bumper traffic to Denver only to have the venue leave the NBA Finals on during the comedy show. He's definitely never made his Christian mother cry because she came to a showcase and heard her son talking about butt plugs. And look, I know that one's on me, right? In me, more like it, but I guess the thing is when I tell you, Laramie, that you've been an awesome crowd and I really enjoy hanging out with you, just know that I mean it from the bottom of my heart, because believe me, I've had fucking worse. Now, do we want to talk about butt plugs? Yeah! That is a crazy amount of sex positivity. I love it. I didn't hear what you said, but it was still funny somehow. No, my wife thinks I should try a butt plug. Who thinks I should do it? All right, anyone here think that's a terrible idea? Yeah! No, I'm kind of with you, cowboy hat. Like, I'm not anti-butt plug. I didn't come here to kink shame anybody. But I don't trust my wife's motives. Like, I know how this woman's brain works. I give her an inch, she takes the whole colon. Sure, today it's a butt plug. Tomorrow I'm hanging upside down from the ceiling, blindfolded with a nightstick on my ass. Like, the car battery's hooked up to my nips. The voice from Indiana Jones booms down, "You chose poorly." Since I started talking about butt plugs on stage, I've realized we're not as divided in this society as the media would have us believe. Audiences from conservative towns like Greeley or Cheyenne to liberal towns like Boulder, we'll all laugh at a good ass play joke. The one exception is Louisville. I brought up butt plugs on a show in Louisville and the crowd got very quiet and stiff. I was like, damn, are you all wearing them now? So my wife does love that joke, but it's not her favorite joke, and I'm going to close out with her favorite joke, because I love her. And it's actually not so much a joke as a scene from a musical that I'm writing. It's a modern day retelling of Aladdin, where a teenage boy realizes his moped can fly like the magic carpet. And so he gets to float up to his girlfriend's bedroom window on his magic moped and serenade her. It goes a little something like this. I could show you my dick. My scooter does levitation. I'll pick you up after English class to do hand stuff in the sky. A whole new world of sky-born lust virginity. Whether you're straight or queer, when we're up here, I might not be an incel after all. Thank you, Laramie. You all been awesome.